Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Emma. Today I'm going to be telling you what I am going to be sowing in September and going into kind of autumn time. Some of these things I've already sown, but it's not too late to sow anything that I show you in this video today. I get a lot of questions on what I'm sowing at what time of year, so I thought it would be a really good time at the beginning of September just to show you exactly what I'm going to be sowing. Into my allotment plot, but I do not have a greenhouse and I do not have a polytunnel, so anything that I'm sowing is basically going to have to live in the ground and I'm going to have to protect it myself. So I do have some cloches. I also use plastic bottles to protect things, and also netting, anything like that to stop the fox and cat from digging. So it's all just basically what you can put into the actual ground and protect yourself. So all of these things that I'm about to show you I basically sowed a couple of weeks ago, probably about 2.5 weeks ago, but like I said, it's just not too late to sow it yourself right now if you want to. So the first thing is some red cabbage. Dave got me these seeds for my birthday, and autumn time is the best time to sow them, so this has probably been sown about 2-3 weeks ago. And the reason why I've sown them into pots is because when you put them straight outside, slugs and snails love them. So what I'm trying to do this year is grow them and make them a bit bigger so that they can kind of survive a bit of a slug attack, is the plan anyway. At the moment they're doing really well, really happy little plants, and they should be ready, hopefully, to harvest for Christmas time with some nice red cabbage. The next thing that I've sown, and I sowed this a couple of weeks ago, but you can sow them right now. You can also sow these directly, or you can sow it into pots at home. I like to do it in pots at home. It's cauliflower. This is an all year round cauliflower, so you can sow this at any time and just protect it over the winter, but it can tolerate a bit of frost. If you follow my YouTube channel, you might know that all of my cauliflowers got eaten this year by slugs and snails, which wasn't ideal. So this time I am sowing them in pots, and I'm going to grow them as big as I physically can before I put them outside, and I'm going to protect them from everything. But I'm desperate for cauliflower. I love cauliflower, and I'm absolutely determined to get one. I don't know if these will be ready before Christmas or possibly slightly after Christmas. I will protect them with cloches and everything that I can basically to keep them alive, but cauliflower is something I'm definitely putting out this autumn. So September and October time is a really good time to start sowing your lettuces outside. You can either sprinkle the seeds outside or grow them in a little pot at home and then plant them out, and making them a bit bigger just protects them from slug and snail attack, though if they want them they will get them. But it's a good time because lettuce likes cooler conditions, which is what autumn kind of brings with it, and so I think you'll find that if you can just put some lettuce in the ground now, hopefully you'll get a crop in about 40 to 50 days, if the weather holds up and doesn't do something crazy like it has been doing. I thought I would just add as well that if your lettuce does bolt at the moment, sometimes it is quite nice to let it and allow it to go to seed, just because the bees love it and it produces these lovely flowers. I've got one over here. It produces these lovely little yellow flowers, and the bees and wildlife will just love you for it because they're running out of food at this time of year. So allowing anything to go to flower and bolt like this, they're just so grateful for it, and they look quite pretty as well. They're quite ornamental. I've sown a couple more rows of carrots in here. It's not too late to sow your carrots now. Alright, just make a row, just like that. Very easy, doesn't have to be that straight, mine never are. Sure you agree with that. And then just sprinkle the seed thinly as you can, and thinly basically just means not thickly. Just drop them from about, I don't know, like a couple of inches above the soil, and then just go back and forth like that. And that's it, that's enough. Oh crap, just drop them all in there. Oh, if you drop them, just sprinkle them again like that, no one will know. And then you just fill it up like that. Fill it up, fill it up, fill it up, fill it up, fill it up. Pat, 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 pat. And then drop of water. That's it. Carrots can do quite well in all kinds of conditions. They're a lot stronger than you think they are, and so I've whacked mine in now, and fingers crossed I'll get some carrots for Christmas dinner. If it does get really frosty or really cold, I will probably cover them with some fleece, but other than that, carrots are good to go really. It's that easy. Whether they actually grow is another matter. If you have any leeks in the ground which haven't quite ripened yet, these are quite happily just to stay in over the autumn and even over the winter. Actually, I think I've heard that they taste better if they get a bit cold to them, if you let them get some frost. So any leeks that you've got in the ground that you don't think are ready yet, you can just leave. Here are my kohlrabi, and I sowed these at home about a few weeks ago, but I think you can still sow them now. You can even put them directly into the ground if you're feeling brave enough. I've covered mine with bottles. Just gives them a little bit of protection, gives them a little bit of a greenhouse, and yeah, all my kohlrabi are out, and it's a great time just to start whacking these in the ground. In my wheelbarrow here, I have got some radishes that I've planted and carrots and beetroot, and those are 3 crops that you can definitely start off now. You can just whack them in the ground or whack them in a pot. Pots are probably even better because you can obviously move them and protect them more. And I've just whacked mine in this old wheelbarrow and they're all coming up perfectly fine. Fingers crossed I'll get a harvest. Haven't had any radishes this year because the slugs and snails have got them all, but fingers crossed they come up in here. Of course, autumn time is not just about sowing seeds, it's also about collecting seeds, and I am going to be collecting as many seeds as I can this year. I thought I would quickly show you a couple of things I'm collecting. So sunflower seeds, easiest thing in the world to collect, and just never buy sunflower seeds if you grow a sunflower. The heads are massive if you've grown a giant one. Even if you've grown a smaller one, you can still get loads of seeds out of it. So they have these pollen... Oh, the big spider! You see the size of that spider? Oh, get off. Get off. Right, so this is your basic sunflower head with minus the spider. Oh god, I'm so scared that he's still there. Right, and then you just remove these things, and on the end of them are sunflowers seeds basically, but the best thing to do is to leave this somewhere dry to dry out, so you have a... Oh god, is there a spider on this one too? No. So you have a dry sunflower head, and then you can just get the seeds, and the seeds will be completely ready. So you take your sunflower from this, put it in a dry place, you end up with this. You just pick the seeds out. All of these are just seeds. Look, seeds just coming out, sunflower seeds. So a lot of people just leave their sunflowers in the ground and then the seeds hit the floor and then they just grow another sunflower, but I like to collect them and plant them properly. But anyway, another seed I'm collecting, sweet peas, which covered this entire teepee, much to Tommy's delight. He absolutely loved it. But I've allowed all the sweet peas to go to seed, and now I'm going to start collecting some of the seeds to save for next year. So these are the dying / dead sweet peas, and you can see that they basically have these little pea pods, and these are actually really poisonous to eat. So do not eat them or let your children eat them. My kids know not to. And I'm waiting for them to go brown. Like this. That's a very small one. There's a bigger one behind. That's a better one. I'm waiting for them to go brown. And then what I'll do is I'll pick it. Last year I just kept them in the pod. But if I open this up, you can see there's all my little sweet pea seeds. And they'll just keep in a nice paper envelope for next year for sowing. So I will just collect as many of those as I can. As soon as they start to go brown, pull them off. Oh god, not the whole plant. All your sweet pea seeds. And I'll be doing the same to my runner beans as well. So as soon as my runner beans, I'm letting them all go as big as possible now. So as soon as they get absolutely massive, I'll just collect the seeds, let them dry out on a windowsill, and then put them into a paper envelope. And that's how I'll just collect those seeds. And just as many seeds as I can, I'll just collect this year, put in a paper envelope. It's important you use a paper envelope because you don't want them to get moist and wet, because it will kill the seed, they'll rot. So keeping them in a paper envelope lets them breathe. And it's that easy. There you go. I hope that you enjoyed this video and it gave you a little bit of an idea of what I'm planting out, what I'm sowing and what I'm collecting this autumn. I hope that you get some sowing done, grow some autumn winter veg. It's always good to grow something over the winter because otherwise it just drags on and on and on, doesn't it? And I will see you in my next video. Do subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video. I'll be back with another allotment style vlog on Wednesday. See you then. Bye.